Today's Captain's Blog is made possible by a grant from Jansen Van Lin. Thank you, sir, for getting involved in a Patreon and helping out, help make all this happen. Now, let's do some paint.
So, at this moment, Captain to live stream, please put lobby on live stream for tour, Q&A.
At this moment, one of our 3 television stations is changing over to that camera and that microphone, which means anybody on Earth with an internet connection, which turns out is a lot of people, it's like more than 100, can tune in absolutely free with no paywall, no restrictions. You don't need to be a member, just anybody can go on our website, geekgroup.org, and tune in right now and see us. And they can hear everything that happens in this room. For the next 10 minutes, something remarkable gets to happen. A vast part of my job is teaching people to not be afraid of technology and to ask questions and demand evidence, because that's how we learn things. I'm not just the high voltage guy here, I'm the president and founder of the company. This has been my job for 24 years. And for the next 10 minutes, you, who are an uncurated audience, which means we don't know who the hell you are. You could be West Side barflies, factory rats, or billionaire philanthropists, and we've had all 3. And you get to ask me, on an open forum, absolutely anything you want. And not only does it go out instantly, live to the entire world, it also gets recorded and goes on YouTube, which has one hell of a memory. You get to ask questions and demand evidence of a person in power and authority, because this is a nonprofit and we exist on money that's donated from you guys, and because you're going to vote someday, and it's my job to make you the biggest pain in the butt for anybody you may ever vote for, and I take that very seriously. So, what do you want to know? You got 10 minutes on the clock. There's a magic clock up here that keeps me from talking for half an hour. So, what do you want to know? There's no rules to this. I've even gotten boxers and briefs. There's absolutely no rules. That's the point. That's why out of 2,200 different nonprofits in the city of Grand Rapids alone, that's just the city, there's only 3 with a GuideStar Platinum rating for accountability and transparency. And we're one of them. You guys are easy. See, this is where I get questions on stuff like membership, and where does the money go, and how do I get involved, and all that difference.
Membership would be good.
What do you want to know?
It's about the different, there's like an individual membership, there's corporate,
For a typical makerspace,
yeah.
membership at Tech Shop was $150 a month per person.
Okay.
And if you wanted to sign your kid up, that was another $80 a month. They're out of business now.
Are they?
Membership at GR Makers, which is about the size of this room, was like $60 a month, and they had a laser cutter that wasn't theirs, but they were borrowing. And they're out of business now.
Yeah, we visited there.
Membership here is $20 a month. It's $5 a week. It's less than you spend on fast food. And if it's just you, it's $20 a month. If it's everybody that lives at your address, it's a whole $30 a month. And I don't care if you have 11 kids, it's $30 a month. And that weirdo best friend of one of your kids that's all like, the kid that you buy shirts for, okay, that's family, they count, they can come hang out. We do corporate memberships and stuff like that, which is like a family membership, but we don't put your picture on the ID so that anybody at the company can come in and use it. We just give you 5 cards with a company logo on it. But it's all super, super cheap. That's it.
And so the corporate, that was at $30?
No, corporate that gets expensive because we do it by like a year or 6 months. We do memberships for schools where it goes for 6 months because the school year is 180 days. Yeah. But it all varies. But the idea is it's ridiculous. Yes. Bathroom, red door.
Good question.
Red door.
Not the blue one. Make this will yell at you.
Pee in the sink. We've all been there. By the way, you can walk through any red door. The building blue doors are staff doors. They hide super secret classified areas like the utility closet. But if you ever want to know where the light switch is for this room, it's in that closet. It took me the first 3 months to figure that out. So What else do you want to know? The idea behind everything here is to provide access. Because you just toured a place that has more tools right now than Home Depot has for sale. And you can learn how to use all of them. If you want to come in here and learn how to do computer-controlled embroidery and make your own logos and shirts and stuff like that, you can do that. You want to make hats and mugs and print them with dye sublimation printing, you can do all that. You want to work on your car during an oil change? Yeah, you can do that. High voltage lab, laser lab, computer lab, electronics lab, RC aeronautics lab, because some people think drones are cool. I'm one of them. You can come here and build your own from scratch. We do that. If you want to just play with a fire truck, because cool, or a giant robot. If you come here and start hanging out right now playing with our $1 million robot, we have a $1.3 million industrial robot. That is the only one, I absolutely assure you, the only one on Earth that you will ever get to touch at your age. Because normal people don't let people play with giant industrial robots because you may break it. That's okay, I got a room full of nerds, we'll fix it. But if you come and play with a giant robot at your age, a couple hours a week, here's the book, there's a robot, don't kill yourself, don't break the robot. Those are the only 2 rules. Don't hurt yourself, don't break the robot. Everything else I don't care. You do that for a couple hours a week. By the time you graduate high school, you know everything there is to know about programming giant robots. And college isn't so much a requirement as an option. Because it pays $150 grand a year to be a professional robot programmer.
Exactly.
What the hell are they doing?
I don't know, it doesn't sound like rest.
That's not fun.
And that's why I don't get to work at Radio Shack anymore. Right, there's 2 kids in there right now like, I'm a horrible person in all the best ways. So what else do you want to know? Yes, things like that will happen to you here on a regular basis. That's the point. Because we're all 12, and just accept that. We play with lasers, robots, and fire trucks.
This is why we don't do age limits around here, because we're all actually 12.
Why?
Maybe I missed it on the tour, but other than shooting, you know, giant light bulbs, are there large projects that you're working on?
Like that you as a member can come in and be like, I want to be a part of that. Yeah, show up and volunteer. Volunteers here frequently become interns, and that gets you access into large project stuff. We do big projects all the time. Right now, we're building a huge antenna array on the roof. I don't think they're ever coming up. And the idea is, you get a big antenna. You put the antenna to a software-defined radio and a Raspberry Pi, plug it into the internet. And now, he can sit on his computer at home and play with super high-power radio stuff just from his normal laptop. And this can be any kid in the world, because most people don't realize just what's out there to listen to. Yesterday, I put antennas on the roof that cover trains, like the communications between locomotives. Yeah, we got that. A giant set of like 10-foot long antennas, 3 of them matched long periodic antennas that are everything between broadcast channel 7 and 13, so that covers like military aircraft and commercial aviation and the police, fire, EMS, all the kinds of stuff, and you can just listen to this. It's out there, and it's legal, and you can listen to it. And all I got to do is put a $40 Raspberry Pi with a $40 software-defined radio, put it in a $10 box, and stick it on the roof. It uses nothing in our internet connection. It might because we're doing this with like a dozen Raspberry Pi. And all I got to do is get somebody to donate the mic for the Raspberry Pis, and I got nerds that want to put all this stuff together and make it work, and you might be one of those guys. And there's always projects like that. And we put a tornado siren on the roof. It's the only privately owned tornado siren in America. We actually have one. And I need some nerds that want to help us out and put it all together. I got the siren up there. I got to do the battery part and the big contact. And like, I can do this, but I don't have the time. Maybe you want to learn about engineering and big stuff and like tornado sirens. And yeah, no practical application, just we can. There's a tornado siren at the top of the hill that way and the top of the hill that way. There's a mile, less than a mile up the road at the fire station, they got a tornado siren. They got one up there in Monroe, okay? But you couldn't hear it inside the building. I got a lot of people, and I was like, well, this is bad and easy to fix and be kind of fun, and let's just do this. Let's just get a tornado siren and install it. actually hook it into the federal network with one of their radios, which we got. Don't ever ask how I did that. And yeah, also, any kid with a ham radio can totally turn on every tornado siren in town. It's surprisingly easy to do, and don't ever ask me how to do that. So, yeah. What else do you want to know?
I enjoy the low power runs of that, where it's just kind of like, whoa.
Yeah. This whole place is designed to be access. You can have access to all the tools, all the space, all the toys, all the people to teach you everything. There's one tiny part I can't figure out how to fix. I've been doing this my whole life and I've never figured it out. I can give you the space and the tools and the toys and the brains and people and all that. I can inspire you to build amazing projects. What I can't do is get you off your ass to actually come in and do it. Every day you start your day eating your cereal, watching things on Reddit, videos of people doing amazing stuff, okay? I want you to be the dude in the video. You can do that. You come here, be the person. We got 16 million viewers for a reason. We do really cool stuff and we put it on the internet. I want you to make cool things. I want you to grow up and be Harvey Kennedy. You have no idea who that is, dude. Never heard of him. How many people in this room ever heard of Harvey Kennedy that don't work here? Okay. Nobody. Nobody knows this dude's name, right? Okay. You read off like Edison. Everybody knows Edison. Edison was a dick. Edison had some of the greatest ideas that anybody ever stole. Tesla did a lot of Edison's things that he got credit for. Harvey Kennedy is somebody who invented something that you use all the time, and nobody knows his name. Made a lot of money. Nobody knows his name. Harvey Kennedy is a guy that figured out if you put a piece of plastic on the end of a shoelace, it made it easier to lace. Harvey Kennedy invented the aglet. That's what this is called, the aglet. That's Harvey Kennedy. He did that. Real guy. Okay. Did that. And I don't want to hear that. I can't do that. It's for boys. I can't learn how to build. You know who the first computer programmer in the history of the world was? Ada. That's her name. That's why there's a computer language named Ada. It was a girl. A girl teaches our how to drive a forklift safely class. A girl runs our entire web team. A girl is the executive director of this organization and runs the whole damn show. A girl built our machine shop. That whole thing, I'm a girl, I can't do that. It's absolute bullshit. You totally can't come here and do it. Also, girls follow directions better than boys do. Universal truth.
What do you mean?
You're the guy that has to figure out how to use a paint sprayer. Oh, great. What? Go.
I have a question.
Good.
For parents who have kids who are smarter than them,
Okay.
are you able to bring them here and you guys can definitely help out? And
We can help.
Yeah.
However,
Yes.
if you have a tiny person in this building, you have to appreciate certain fundamental things. We ain't the children's museum. Okay? I love them, I love what they do. We donate equipment to them all the time. Okay? Children's museum is great. However, this building is filled with things that will kill you the moment you don't respect it. Nothing is kid safe. That's the point. The world is not kid safe. If they come here and they work on their bike and you're spinning a wrench, one of the first lessons you learn in spinning a wrench is the wrench will slip if you push, not pull. You will bleed. Stupid hurts. Learn to wear gloves and learn how to use tools properly. The minute your child is more than, if you can't reach out and grab them by the neck, we would give them a puppy and a cup of espresso. Perhaps a drum set. I'm all for engaged parents that want to bring their kids in, but we get people that try and treat it like daycare, and I'll see mom hanging out in the lobby with a book, and the kid is doing God. No! Ends in blood every time. Just don't do that. But if you want to come in and build rockets with your kids, not only do I think that's an awesome idea, I will give you a rocket! Just here, put it together. You need glue and a couple hours of free time. But yeah, I got you back.
What are the hours here?
Official public hours start at 9:30 in the morning and go until 9 p.m. That's public. We're here for you hours. More like 6 p.m. for full public, like it's Thursday. If you remember, 9 p.m. is easy. Some days that goes much later. Once you've hung around long enough that you know the lay of the land, you know where things are, and we can trust you with power tools enough to burn the building down, we give you a key, and it's just 24/7. Show up whatever you like. Like, we're not open on Sundays. You come here tomorrow, and there's going to be a dozen people hanging out doing stuff, and they all have a key, which means I don't have to supervise them. But the key means you're cool for unsupervised, whatever you're doing. And for a lot of stuff with kids, like if you want to sit in the arts and crafts and beats and rockets and electronics and stuff where there isn't an immediate danger to human life, then yeah, you're fine. That's it. It's just when you're doing it in the off hours, there isn't always somebody to ask questions of. Usually there is. I practically live here. But there's always the internet, and we have computers everywhere, and if you can't figure it out, Google it. You're smart. You can do this. If you want to be smarter than your kids, you don't actually have to be. Just learn how to Google really well on your phone when they're not looking. And all of a sudden, you're a god to them. It's like, Mom, what's the atomic weight of cobalt? 58.6. Doesn't everybody know that? Yeah. If you want to do that at a higher level, you need a production team. On the other side of that wall is a whole room full of people whose entire job is to make me look like less of an idiot. They're very good at it. There's a whole internet full of people that think I'm way smarter. I set the high voltage light on fire. Like, anything else you want to know? Cool. Then you have one job. I want you to sign up. Family memberships, family, individual, whatever, I want you to sign up. I want you to get involved. I want you to come here and tinker. And just, you don't have to walk in the door with like, I have this great idea for an internet. No, just come dick around with stuff and tinker with it. And that's how really cool ideas happen. I built the largest fulgurites in the history of mankind because my buddy and I decided to screw around one day with high voltage and sand. Before that moment, the biggest fulgurite that fulgurite is a piece of glass made by lightning. The biggest one that it ever made was the size of a grain of rice in a lab. Okay, real ones are like this long, but they're so delicate you can't touch it, much less dig it out of the ground. When lightning hits the beach, the glass fuses, or the sand fuses into glass. You get these really beautiful, like fractal tubes of glass. The problem is it's great until you look at it, and it just crumbles. We figured out how to make them here at sizes you can pick up and move around. We cast them in epoxy and sell them as earrings. And on our first day, just dicking around in the high voltage lab. We didn't like have an agenda. We weren't taking notes. It wasn't real science. It was screwing around because why wouldn't you? You can play with high voltage. We made one the size of a banana. Okay, that was day one. That was just, hey, what happens if we do this? Yeah. You see on TV, all these guys, and it's in all the movies, they're like, Eureka! That is not the greatest day in a lab. Ever. No workshop, no lab on Earth, the greatest day is Eureka. No, the best day, when things actually happen in the lab, the moment of discovery, is when you go, whoa, what happened? What the hell is this? That's discovery. That's when things happen. That's when billionaires get created, is when you're like, what the hell is this? When it does the thing you're not expecting. That's the real Eureka. It isn't like, hey, we did it. No, screw that. That's boring. That's years and years and years and years of grinding and then ta-da. No, the awesome thing is when it's like, whoa, that's neat. How did that happen? I don't know. Well, let's start figuring it out. That's how this works. I want you to come and have those moments. I want you to grow up and be a millionaire because you invented some awesome new thing.
Me too.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. I will now give you all to Taylor, who wants to help you sign up. Thank you. Sign them up! Let's get them involved.
I do indeed want to help you sign up. So anybody who's ready to start with membership, I can get you packets, I can get you ready to rock and roll. Membership here is $20 a month. $30 a month for a family. It's super affordable, super easy. All of you on board.
I can work off the end.
We can get you the whole turn, so.
You're gonna have to move me back out over there.
Yeah, I'll know. Are you ready? Close enough.
Guys, where the fuck are you going? Ed, I need to be about where you are. If I'm shooting across the edge, I gotta be over there. Batman, you're steering.
So make your turn.
Yeah,
Make your turn.
like, yeah, are you happy there?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep working up there.
Okay.
Well,
Hold on. There you go.
is that good?
Yep.
Uh, gonna have to turn.
I will.
Back up off the wall a little bit. That's good. Up. Up. A little tighter to the wall. Oh, okay. Wait, let me You good there?
Yeah.
All right. I'll make it work. All right, transferring the roof.
Say that again in English.
I'm going to transfer to the roof. Okay? Hey, what you doing down there? Oh no, I'm not going to transfer to the roof.
We're going back around.
We're going to go back around. All right, hang on a second. Let me move, okay? Everybody just get focused set. Got it. All right, move wherever the hell you want to be. Yeah, take me back to the start, and I'm going to get on the outside. So we're going to work this end to the wall, okay?
We kind of got to spin them around if we're going to do this, so we're not all over the board. Hey. We ran over the.
Really? All right, I got to take it off. Hang on. Ed,
We got all that.
one of your jobs, and it's an important one, is to watch where the wheels on your side of the thing are. And to make a really dandy one.
Grab a hold of that.
Take that. Because that hose is really shitty hard plastic, short, cheap, and pressurized at like 1,000 psi. You're gonna have to give him a little wheel. Thank you. All right, Batman, how do you feel? You ready to do this? It's not the thing, it's the way the hose.
Alright, get it closer to the wall, man. Yeah, up. Try to get that right place with the other arm. I can't. Alright. If you match my speed, this is easier. So
I already do that. The second person.
alright. ahead. Sorry, it's not that good. Got any more? Let's go again.
So is your battery.
Take. Pull. Stop. Ed. Stop. What are you doing, Ed? Yeah, that's great, Ed. You happy there? Yeah. That's good for you? That's much better because we could have then stayed flat against the walls and work. You could have worked down. Back. Okay. Make it switch it up. Second order.
You're skinny.
Believe me. You are fat.
Hey! Easy on it.
Back it
I know,
up.
I was going to say someone's stacking on the
Back at us. Stuff with us.
Oh, Mr. Mankus, get on YouTube and just look up the Bubble Butt music video. And never do acid again.
No, usually when you recommend something on YouTube, I'm like really hesitant to check it out. Because it's like getting a recommendation from my youngest son to watch a TV show.
No, he wants you to watch, just type in why now, pick any one of the numbers, because it'll be like while number 180 or whatever, but just while it's laughing news, and it's the dankest of memes.
Well, my
So
son
you just,
my
you want to watch Bubble Butt, because you'll never do acid again.
my son and his friends have created a Facebook page called Dumb and Soulless.
I would subscribe to that page.
The funny thing is you can watch a video of my son holding on to the luggage rack of a car going 75 miles an hour down the road.
Your kid did this.
Yes. Look up Dumb and Soulless.
There is something that you do have to keep in mind when you see those videos.
Here's the other thing.
We've done dumber shit.
I've never done that.
No, I never did that. But I was still. Did you ever do sketches as a kid?
Like I'm paying a
Yeah, see, then shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I
He's lost.
skied behind a car in a parking lot in winter.
Oh, no, we used to do it down Garfield Street. Don't do that! We used to do it down Garfield Street. You hang onto the tailgate of your buddy's pickup truck.
Yeah,
on a
that's
snow
called
road.
surfing.
Oh, we called it sketching. But, yeah. We live. I wouldn't do it at 70, but yeah.
I still gotta clean this thing tonight.
What the fuck is this?
What?
This.
I told you every time we rotate.
And the hose.
Minkus, you're on hose duty, please.
Gently rotate the scaffold.
You can't be on the endangered species list. If you get on Google, there's 2 Chris Bodens. There's like 15 different Batmans.
There's also like 30 different Andy Harwood
George Clooney got to be Batman.
ones.
And we
had
never
to.
made that mistake.
He had
And
to.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, we let Val Kilmer be Batman.
Val Kilmer was
of all
almost
the people in this
second.
room, you are the least endangered of the species.
Yeah.
Michael
Val
Keaton's
Kilmer.
pretty cool.
Dark fucking days.
Google my name. 90% of what you'll find is here.
Here's a real good question for you.
Oh, aside from BBK, but anyway. And then wait for the credits to come up, and he was one of Brad's friends.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's kind of cool.
Dude, I've had blue boogers 2 days. And that's what it matters! That's what it matters!
You know that bucket I had like half.
Blue is done! Thanks to these gentlemen, and Mr. and Mr. Bellatini, and Miss Steffens, and everybody else who helped out on this. Blue is done, and I can finally get off fucking scaffold. We'll be back on Monday where we start the grid. Today's Captain's Blog is made possible by a grant from Jansen Van Lin. Thank you, sir, for getting involved in a Patreon and helping out, help make all this happen. Now, let's do some paint.